Welcome back to Character Select. Dave, Tyler, and Mal, investigators finding out what happened on the return of the Obra Dinn. And I can tell you this with absolute certainty, nothing good.
No, nothing good.
Nothing good happened on the Obra Dinn.
In fact, very much bad did. Like lots and lots of...
Oh, Jesus.
Let them go!
Oh, shit.
They were... I see.
That's Pete's mom.
No.
No? Then why does it assume we know how to...
Well, because if you look in the book, you'll figure it
So
out.
he said, let them go. This guy killed him, I'm assuming. And then went to go and get the longboat, and she fucking shot him.
Who's the other lady there? There's a captain.
Captain trying to prevent them. Not you. Interesting.
So you can identify both of them.
Yes, somehow.
That guy just likes climbing around things, doesn't he?
He's a rigger for sure.
Happy music. Who is this and how did they die? Well, they were shot
With a gun.
with a gun by an unknown attacker, but in theory we can identify her.
I don't believe that.
Top one.
Dang.
There. Those two right there.
Her, and then there's Abigail is the other one.
Well, that's okay. I see why
So
they
those
say
are the
we can
only women.
Yes.
There are 4 women on board. One we've identified. One is Formosan. And so we have 2 women left.
Emily Jackson and Miss Jane Bird. So we would assume Miss Jane Bird...
Miss Jane Bird. Right.
Is not Pete's mom.
Would probably...
Well, I think you're making a mistake in thinking that Pete's mom was the one there. Like, I think the idea was like, when you get back home, tell Pete's mom that I tried to save him or whatever.
So I'm assuming if it's Miss Jane Bird, that means that's the younger woman?
Because she's not married.
Exactly.
I can't get up the stairs.
You can.
Back to the book. Or you could just not identify those women.
No, well, I want to... Because I believe Tyler, and I just want to double check something.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that door, it's this door.
Uh-huh.
It won't let me watch. Probably because I have to go to the other corpse.
You have to finish going to the glowy spit bot.
The glowy spit spot? I have to keep following it. Gotcha.
You gotta wait for it to go. We know the body's right there, man. You don't need to take us all over creation.
Look, it has to have its little bit of showmanship or whatever.
It's a magic pocket watch. You don't have to explain shit.
It exists by its own rules.
I just want to hear what they say here.
Yeah.
Don't leave me bare up, son. I'll stay with you. Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back to save him.
The one way you can tell that is find a Peter on the thing, and then find someone with that last name.
Yeah, and there is a Peter. I know. I saw that.
Right, but there isn't someone with that same last name.
Right.
There's Peter Milroy.
Yep, so that's the only one. So I guess in that case, we can identify Miss Jane Bird and Emily Jackson.
How? How do we tell them apart, Mal?
because the miss is going to be the younger one, because in that time frame, if you're unmarried, you're still a miss.
Instead of a mistress or
that
madam.
Is a fraught path, my friend, but that's okay.
She would be alive, because she got off... Well, maybe she got alive. We haven't seen her die yet, so... They're both on the lifeboat, so maybe their boat, like, capsized or something.
It says there's 2 memories, which is an interesting thing to say.
Well, they were both on the, on the boat memory.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because, like, the memory where the dude got shot in the face by the lady, and then the memory where the dude got stabbed by the dude that got shot in the face by the lady.
Right. Well, let's see what's going on here.
That's probably the other memory they're in.
Move quick. You'll not take the last punch.
Paul.
Oh, Paul just got killed. So that is going to be Emily Jackson. That is going to be Paul. And that is going to be the guy who's like, "You'll not take the last boat," and then proceeded to get turbo blasted with a rifle.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a dude on the boat, too. We don't know who that is yet. That guy.
And then you got
Is she holding a baby?
that woman.
No.
No, she's just, like, holding herself.
Right.
And then you got that guy. So those are some of the, I guess, Formosans.
Possibly. Captain telling him to fuck off. That guy coming up. These guys running.
Climby guy.
Okay, so we're assuming that this guy's name is Paul?
Paul. Mhm.
Some form of Paul.
And he was stabbed by somebody, and then the other person was shot by Emily Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
She deleted his ass. Paul Moss.
Moss.
First mate Stewart.
Well, if there's not another Paul.
Yeah, check if there's another Paul, yeah. I'm assuming...
Nope.
Yeah, no, that's him.
Like, yeah, 34 or whatever. Yeah.
And then was
killed with a
stabbed.
sword by an unknown attacker because we don't know who that guy is yet.
Yep.
But the other attacker, we do know.
Stop, let them go. No.
Damn.
So, X is the person that was killed, speaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn.
So go to the dude that was shot.
That guy.
You still can't
He was-
identify him, though.
Yeah, but we
Oh,
know he
but
was
right. You're right.
blasted by
If
what's her
you're
name?
assuming that this is
If we're-
Emily Jackson, then
If we're assuming that is Emily Jackson,
Well,
and that
hold on.
might change.
Paul Moss, Emily Jackson. We might find out more about their relationship later. Because her calling him Paul means that they're familiar with each other, right?
Is there another Jackson? Check the manifest. Is there a passenger Jackson on the manifest?
No. There's
Nope.
not.
Nope, no Jackson. So that's the only Jackson. So yeah, that may be.
Another
that may
one.
be
Jesus.
Remember, there were 60 people on this boat.
I know, and they're all basically dead. What
Is that guy missing an arm?
happened here?
Well, remember, this is like right after the Dune.
This is after the Kraken incident. Yes, we know you like to do 360 no scopes. Get down on the deck.
Well, you wanted to know what that blood was, Mal.
Yes.
Part 1.
Wow, that was really...
Let go!
Easy now. You're in a bad way.
It's the squid. Where is my Frenchman?
The squid's gone. Your mate was torn apart.
Verdammt! The beast is
German.
dead.
Or Austrian.
How did you kill it?
We didn't. It left with the storm. Captain came up from the hold. Said he chased it off. You should rest.
A curse like that. Does that live for nothing?
And then he dies. First person that didn't die violently.
I mean, Dave.
I'd argue that he... And so then this is when they were talking about mutinying.
Okay.
So, and that's the guy that got his face deleted.
Right.
And then that's the guy... I don't know, I guess he must have accidentally shot the guy, because...
Well, so...
This is...
Here's the thing. I think what happened is, these guys came up and were discussing their plan over here. They were like, oh, yeah, you need to... And then this guy
heard them.
This guy heard them and was like...
No.
So these two guys were the ones discussing the mutiny. The one that heard him was the guy that's coming up from the
downstairs
below. This guy.
And so then what happened is the dude stabbed him repeatedly, and I think the other guy tried to stop, because isn't the guy that was in there with the German guy also the one that shot the dude's face off?
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
So he was probably like, what are you doing? This is not, like, you're stabbing the shit out of this guy, and a gun went off.
So it could be Alfred Klestel, or Christian Wolf.
So we only have two
Austrians.
Germans, or Austrians, yes.
And
so
where is my Frenchman? Is what he said.
Bosun's mate.
So
Bosun and Bosun's mate. Where's my Frenchman? So yeah.
So the dead dude on the chair is the bosun.
Yeah.
And then the dead dude's mate is the bosun's mate.
He expired, or is it?
No, he didn't expire from old age.
He was, I guess, torn apart because he had his arm ripped off.
Wait. Poisoned, eaten. Oh God, eaten. Not froze, not exploded, expired, burned, clawed, crushed, decapitated. So they've got nothing about bled out.
No, I would imagine it's like he had his arm ripped off, so I would say torn apart by a beast.
But he was still very much alive. So I don't know.
Squid, where's my Frenchman? Your mate was torn apart. So we do know about a guy that was torn apart.
Well, the guy that was torn apart was the Maori guy or whatever,
yeah, that's
right?
a different dude. But we know that the Frenchman, the bosun's mate, was torn apart by the beast. We just haven't found that yet.
Right, so we just need to find that. So, So 5 others were present. This guy that got clubbed by H. Brennan.
Mm-hmm.
This guy that got knifed. This guy that got shot.
That guy.
That's the guy that got his face deleted.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Meanwhile, up on the deck, while all of this was happening, some people were actually trying to escape.
Yep.
And then the captain cannot be trusted.
You have a plan to sell east. And mutiny, fresh bastard. And that's when he went, no! And wound up shooting
the dude in the back, yeah.
What's this, you damn fool? And then this is the guy that got stabbed, and we don't know who he is yet.
So go back to the shot, dude that was shot by this one. Click that, click the 6 others were present. Go down, the bottom, yes, that one. So that one was the guy that was clubbed.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Knifed
there a
by
way...
Captain Witterell. This guy survived until the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the one who clubbed the dude, who shot the dude.
Yeah.
And that's the guy who was knifed in the back, who went and crawled into the room and died.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the dude...
He had his face deleted.
Brennan down there, with the guy that's holding the gun... So
this guy got clubbed.
That guy got clubbed
No,
by Brennan.
so he's saying the dude with the hat right there. That guy. That's Brennan.
Is Brennan. Because that was the guy
remember
that was
he called the guy was like, "Hey, Brennan, get the surgeon's kit," and he like had his hand over his ear,
and
like he's
that
like,
was also so we got to go all the way back to the end.
not him,
Not him.
This guy.
that guy.
That one. So
That
we
guy's
believe
Brennan.
that is Henry Brennan, and he's a seaman down at the bottom. 56.
Correct.
Ah!
3 more fates correct. Henry Brennan was knifed by Captain Robert Witterell. Maba Topman was torn apart by a terrible beast.
So that was correct.
Alfred Klestel, bosun, was torn apart by a terrible beast.
Nice. Interesting. Okay, so that's... So those are locked in now.
Yes, those are definitely correct.
Okay, cool. So it doesn't leave it ambiguous and then wait until the very end and go, oh, you fucked up, you got like 12 that you got wrong, go back and figure it out.
Correct.
It actually gives you progress updates, which is good, because...
And you can do a lot of process of elimination sort of things.
Right. So why was the captain going up?
He's going upstairs, I guess.
What were you guys doing under the deck? Well, let's see what else we've unlocked, shall we?
Let's see what we can see at sea.
We have completed the chapter Escape.
Friggin' Dora the Explorer?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10
so
people.
Those are
6 of them died.
Disappearances.
Emily Jackson. 4 wayward souls disappeared during the events of this chapter. Their fates are cataloged here. Emily Jackson is alive.
But we don't know where.
Hold on. We can find out.
Can we?
Yep. They are either in the Azores or Madeira. There's no other option.
Or they could have not made it there at all. Because, who's to say their boat made it?
It's true. But if we say alive in...
The only one available is the Azores.
Yeah. They said they were going east.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what happens. Azores. Motherfucking... God damn it.
What?
Bugs.
Oh.
Freaking ant just fell on my hand. This we don't know who that is.
Ants.
That we don't know who it is. So, it's not telling us that we're correct because we don't have a third fate yet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or you're wrong.
Or I'm wrong. But if we get another fate, and it's correct...
Then you'll know.
Then we'll know.
Correct.
Oh.
Look, you can go down.
Bottom's opened.
Look, there's blood on the floor.
There's a lot of blood on the floor.
Hold on. Where the hell are we?
We are in the Orlop deck.
Orlop.
So the purser's office, surgery, crew, starboard walk, carpenter, shop, gunner, store, port walk, passengers. Okay. There's a lot of blood and no body. That's somewhat disturbing. No. Why?
Do it.
Tyler, why?
What's up, Dave?
Oh, this is really early.
Hit her here. One swing. Get through the skull and stone her brain. I'll cut her throat when you've done it.
Here?
Yeah. Come on before she kicks up.
Oh, God.
You all right there, sir?
Never been on a farm, Chuck?
Mind your shoes.
So the dude. So they went ahead and killed that. And then you go look at. So that looks like the chef.
Or the butcher.
Or the butcher. That's probably the butcher. And then you got this guy. And then what's the guy over? No, behind you. That's puking up.
Oh.
That's Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie or Charles. Okay. We don't know what fate that he met, but is there anything else happening down here? There is.
Yeah,
But
they're bringing dead bodies down. Look, the dude with a monkey.
Because they're saying it's his last rites.
It's one of the Formosan dudes.
What the hell happened to... Yeah, it is. What the hell happened to you?
Although we can identify
No,
Charlie.
these are the Formosan dudes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Formosan royalty. Now we need to, we can identify Charlie, and we can identify the butcher.
Well, in theory, yes.
We got the
A
picture
bitter
of the butcher.
cold. Okay.
So died due to exposure, I guess.
Really? Were they going south or north?
North.
A large cow was slaughtered for its meat. Okay. So, no, yes.
We assume that's either
Cook?
the cook or the butcher.
He was Irish.
He was
Yeah.
Irish.
So that makes sense.
So, we don't know those guys. Although, keep going.
Exploded.
Was that Charlie?
That might have been Pete, maybe.
That guy right there? Like, who was the one that was puking up that they called him Charlie?
Well, we can go back. We're still in the memory, so. Right, the body. Okay. Kind of forgot about that.
It's like, damn it, Pocket Watch, I ain't fucking done yet.
Well, once it
Yes.
reveals the body, you can always go back in.
Yep. And it's like, oh, look at the body! Ta-da, it's a body! Alright, go back to the other thing.
Yeah, right. Back to the cow's head.
So, that
Better.
was... Who are you?
That guy.
That guy? Check check your book again? Because I
Let's
think
see.
that guy...
Never been on a farm, Charlie. Yeah,
Mind your shoes. So go to the town others were present. Okay.
it's fine. Well, yeah, you're right.
And then go down to that guy. Okay, so that guy in the middle was Charlie.
Yeah.
Charles Minor.
Charles Minor was the bosun's mate, maybe? And we know he was torn apart by the beast.
Or.
But there's also Charles Hershey.
Okay, so we...
Well,
But here's a little tip here.
He's not French. He didn't have a French
No.
accent.
If you look at that, go back to that picture real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So if you note, all three of them are kind of wearing similar outfits.
Yep.
So they're all the three
So
same
if-
kind of crew members.
If you go and look into where there's like Charles and then three similar dudes, click on Charles on there.
Dude.
The dude in the middle.
Now go to that.
Go to unknown.
Now
Now
and
find
go look
like
for
a Charles.
Similar job descriptions.
Midshipman.
Right. So you have like the three here that are the midshipmen, right?
Yeah.
So if we assume that the Pete was the guy that was blown apart, because he was attached to a rope.
I tried to pull him back, yeah.
I want to check something here. Hold on.
Yeah, if you go back to like the Doom, where the guy gets blown up.
I want to actually go to the glossary. Hold on.
Yeah, go ahead.
Midshipman. Okay. Officer in training. So it kind of makes sense. He was the guy that was...
He was being trained.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that
he's
Charlie
also on the younger side, too.
Yeah, that Charlie in particular was... he was blasting an explosion. We think it's Pete.
What was the memory? Hold on, what was the memory from Escape?
The stabbing. Yeah, the dude that got stabbed. That guy.
Tell Pete's mother I tried my best to pull him back to save him. Yep.
So if you go back to where the dude exploded, the dude who got stabbed in the back should be like tied to a rope.
And
that guy,
so
right
go to the memory. Or you could just not do that.
No, well, I mean, this works as well. Like, those two were there. That was the guy that was stabbed in the back.
But, like,
said, I tried to pull Pete
back. If you go to the
back.
memory, you can actually look at the dude.
Yeah, but I'd have to actually go back to the memory. You can't get that from the book.
Yeah, you'd have to actually physically go to where his corpse is. So we can assume that that's Peter.
We can assume that's Pete. I would like to double check that. And then
Which means that on the Escape, I am wrong.
Nope, back. Why?
Because we don't know where they are.
Yeah. So we're pretty sure they're alive, but we don't know where they are.
Okay, go back to that. Oh, nope, back. Go, stop. Go over to the guy that was stabbed in the back. One more.
There you go.
Grab him. Unknown soul.
Oh, right.
Unknown soul was knifed.
This is a deduction rating.
You have
the higher difficulty means it would be more difficult to deduce this person's identity. Focus on the easily deduced identities first and leave the more difficult ones for later. But
I don't know. If it's a midshipman and it's not Charles, then it's Thomas Lank.
Well, Charles is the one that got...
Charles is the one that's puking
is the one in the middle
now.
that's puking, yeah.
So we can go back to the cow's head and give
Or you can just go to the
front,
the main one,
the crew
sketch or whatever.
Go to Middleborough, and now that is
and
Charles.
Say that's Charles, yeah. Not that Charles, the
Minor.
other one.
Mm-hmm.
Charles
Midshipman.
Okay.
There we go.
Interesting. Okay.
All
right, so now let's go see about that dead body.
Alright, now the dude on the...
It'll stay away.
Durner. Oh yeah, he got sick.
Well, same as the other fellow. Some lung disease. Not consumption. Made worse.
God for that.
Will it spread? If so, we'd all have it. They must have picked it up at the Alaska house. I checked all hands just now, and everyone is healthy.
And him? What are his chances?
I gave him some laudanum. We'll see.
He's high as fuck, but he's dead. So,
that's the doctor.
The surgeon. Yes.
Henry
Saul
Evans.
Surgeonman.
Wait,
right
what
there.
What the hell was he? Hold on.
That's Henry Evans. Yeah. And he's alive. We think.
And we know where he is.
Oh, that's right.
He's in Morocco.
Africa.
Africa, yeah.
Because he wants the book mailed back to him.
At least in theory. So that is a dude who's
One of the
dead
Formosans?
Maybe.
And that's the cap. That's not the cap,
Nope.
that's the first mate.
That's one of the mates. That's not the first. His first mate was Hoskett.
Would this be the surgeon's mate?
Surgeon's assistant or something? I don't know.
James Wallace?
Maybe.
We'll just keep him there for now.
I mean, I can't see any other reason why he'd be in there.
I'm assuming that was the Formosan because, well, obviously.
Well, remember, there's a bunch of Chinese dudes as well, so.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if that's a Formosan or. See, those are the Formosans.
And then they are taking him upstairs to be thrown overboard because
to do last rites.
Yeah. Because you can't keep a body on the ocean.
Nope.
Plagues.
Mm-hmm.
Corpses move post-mortem. So we don't know who he is, but we do know that he died to illness. And then there's several others present.
So those guys, those are the Chinamen. We don't know who they are.
Right.
Those are the two Formosans.
So
we got the
one
doctor.
of the Formosans that's technically not here is one of the ones that died of illness. Because he's already dead. This guy.
That one?
Yep. Still doesn't explain what all the blood is doing here, but you know. Russian? Chinese. Well, East Asian.
Yeah, Mideast.
Southeast Asian, I should say.
Well, we know that guy right there is Syed.
The guy that died.
Yep.
He's also, if you note, his hammock.
That one. So, passenger.
Keep going.
Maybe? It's Syed.
Keep going.
Solomon Syed.
Seaman from India. So, those are Indians. So,
but if you look at his hammock there.
54.
Okay.
Yeah. What can you do with the number 54?
That's on the crew manifest. That's the number that they are. So if you look at the dude that's sitting on the other thing, look at his hammock number, and you can match the number to the name.
X.
10.
Well...
Maybe. I don't know. No, it's not going to be 10. It's not the carpenter, because he's American.
We also don't know that that's necessarily his hammock. However, this guy...
who is asleep...
is 51.
And that was he the other dude
from an illness.
Renfred Rajub from India. Correct.
And we got it.
Well done. 3 more fates correct.
And we can assume Syed also succumbed to an illness. So we can go back to Syed, or Solomon Syed. He died to an illness. Since Henry Brennan said, yeah, same as the other ones. Next. Nope. The hell?
Oh, we haven't actually got that page yet because we're still in the memory.
I gotcha. Okay, so we can actually match numbers here to these other people. Oh, well,
we can't see their faces. They're all asleep. Also,
cheats, bastards.
Terribly disturbing that they sewed him into his hammock and then threw him overboard.
Yep.
That's how you did it.
That's kinda... Yeah, I was going to say, that's how they knew back then.
They also sewed it into the skin in case he was just asleep, so as to wake him up.
Yep. Died of illness. Alright.
Next time on Character Select, we're detectiving. We're doing the logic.
For insurance reasons? I don't know, I feel dirty doing that.
1, 2, 3. The cow and the 2.
Trois.
Cow and 2 dudes.
We don't really care about the cow.
Some people care about the cow.
Take him to the carpenters, get him wrapped in the seat of the last rites.
So what opened up now?
Let's find out. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to click that like button down below if you liked it. And Tyler,
Dave.
I don't want to see how the cow died.
Okay. I mean, you already know how he died, but
There's the
fine.
Carpenter.
Got it.